playing Shadowrun. So, I am at my computer. And, there are some few things I wanted to show because I do skip ahead most of the Shadowlands background information where we have, for instance, I've read now through 3 poetry contests, and I doubt that they are very informative for the game, as they also talk about the fact that the HKPF was fighting terrorists of the White Star from Henan, which, well, is what we have been pinned as by the news, but of course is false. And well, you can see how they talk about it, how some people think it might be a good paycheck and others think that there's something different going on, and some people even come up with information about us, which is completely inaccurate. However, for the story I do think this is interesting, what is Nobel sent to us. Duncan asked me to do some digging on my own into Raymond's history. I guess he doesn't trust Kindly Cheng to give him the full story. I can't say I blame him, since she's hide things from us, if it was in her best interest to do so. So I've been poking around various corners of the Matrix, trying to dig up what I can. Most sinners leave a data trail the size of an aircraft carrier in their wake. Working backward in time, Raymond starts out that way, but it slowly tapers away into nothingness. Sure, I can find some basic records in Seattle, power utilities, a couple of public discussion sites he signed up for, but the further back I get, the less I find. And the craziest part is this: prior to 2032, I can't find anything at all. And that shouldn't be possible. It's like Raymond didn't exist before then. I don't know. I'm going to keep digging. It'll take me a while. I'll let you know when I get some news worth sharing. It's Nobel. So apparently our foster father was started as a sinless and became a sinner? That is very, very interesting. Yes, and I know the irony of that word when the sinner is actually somebody that is trackable, is a good person, and is on the payroll, for instance. Moreover, we have 2 more messages. And these are job messages, but I don't want to do the job messages just right now because, well, we already have a job we can do. We want to go to the Emperor Tomb Museum to liberate some artifacts. Moreover, Kindly Cheng has also said that she has a friend that wants to meet us who has a job for us, so it seems as if perhaps this 3rd iteration of the game as well a lot more side quests, or perhaps meeting that person is of the main quest and it's already giving extra side quests. Having said all that, even more interesting information. We botched our last run, as you may remember. We killed the Wampoa elders. And of course that isn't exactly what we were asked to do. So wouldn't they come out in order to try and kill me and my people? Well, the game explains it this way, and I find there a little loophole that doesn't seem to be proper. According to, well, the tech dealer that we have, he says that all cameras were sudden out, or I don't know if it was sudden or simply out, so nobody has any footage of us killing the Wampoa elders, so nobody can blame us. Probably, perhaps Kindly Cheng did something about it, or what have you not. On top of that, however, they give us 1,000 Nugent in order for us to never return. Why would you give us that if you don't know what we did at all, because there's no camera footage? So you don't know what the Wampoa elders wanted from us and why we were snooping around in the first place, because there's no camera footage. Why did I get money? It doesn't seem logical. So having said that, time to get a crew together. So we are going to crack into a museum, or actually a digging site beneath a museum where spirits have come alive. So we want a shaman, in my opinion. Also, it is beneath some rich guy's mansion, so I assume there's going to be some electronics that we need to take care of. And then I think it is time to test out Gaichu, simply because we have used Duncan, we have used Rector, and now I want to use Gaichu. After all. Well, then again, Gaichu is melee only, and the unfortunate thing is that I'm also melee focused. Also, there are small tunnels. You know what? Let's take Rector with us. Just simply for the fact that if there are small tunnels, then his drone might be able to get through it. Whereas, well, big old troll like me might not be able to get through it. The dig. Oh, look, already I see computer work. This might be good that we've taken Isnobel. This job is a golden opportunity, in more ways than one. A raid of the in-development museum, the Emperor's Tomb. Sorry, I had to read that properly. The museum's claim to fame is its location. It's rests on top of an ancient catacombs, where an excavation is underway to convert them into the museum proper. Intel has it that the workers are dying, not from on-site accidents, but from magical disturbances in the area. Despite the hazards, development continues. Your client, Mr. Drake, contacted you to retrieve 2 tomes. Probably ancient, magical, priceless. But it won't be a smash in the park. You have to get the tomes before they're catalogued, where they'll afterward be near impossible to access. As you near the museum, its height and grandeur looms unsettling over you. Even unfinished, it's reached an imposing size. At least that means it has plenty of room for priceless antiques. The best part? Mr. Drake needs this run to look unprofessional. Shattered glass and looting is encouraged, which means extra money on the side. And we can always use some extra money on the side. We still don't have any extra gear, and I didn't buy any new gear from the 1000 Nugent of the botched run. But yeah, so we don't have actually new equipment. In Hong Kong, a Buddha statue? Yeah. This is not very imposing for the Hong Kong Buddha statue that is outside of the current modern day Hong Kong. And that is an amazing statue. I've climbed up there by foot from the Hong Kong airport, and I'm sure you may not be aware of this, but this is a long trek up a mountain. But I didn't want to take a bus. I walked up there while being ill, by the way, because something had gone wrong with, I don't know, the in-flight meal, or before that, But I walked up there, all the way up. Entry works just like Drake said. You creep into the dark, unfinished site. Your comm link clicks in your ear, connecting a call. Good. Now I'll be appraising what you see as you go through this floor. Grab the best stuff, and my alarm suppression should keep you afloat. Just don't go too ballsy. If the books haven't been catalogued yet, they'll still be in the basement, the tomb. I'll be in touch. The earpiece clicks off. Cool, I'm disconnected. He didn't even stay on the line long enough for you to get a word in. Your team powers up the nearby generator. Work lights along the new marble floor sleepily flicker to life. Everyone surveys the site. You know, I've always wanted to do something like this. What do you mean? These artifacts have all been stolen from the Earth. So, now we get to teach a lesson to the man who's excavating it. That these were never truly his. There is an error in your logic, Gobbet. We are being paid to steal the same artifacts, putting our client in the same position. These objects don't belong to him either. Oh, he'll get what he deserves too. Objects like these are too bright to remain in some vault or display case. More thieves will be drawn, like moths to a diode. I'm just excited to be part of the cycle. Alright, well. Valuables stolen. Alarm thresholds. Alright. So, we don't want this probably to go off, but we want to steal as much as we can. Yeah, do not trip the thing. Steal 10,000 worth of artifacts. 10,000 Nugent. That would be good if that is all part of the run. So, we have a door here. Oh, I see an artifact. So, let's see what is most... Neanderthal skeleton is the most expensive of this. Alarm threshold is already on 1. This seems pretty expensive. King's ashes are only $300. $12. $900 for this one. Let's take 900. Yeah, because if we want 10,000, we need... But I will look around a little bit more, because that may actually be not worthy of it. These are digging sites. Because we need... We now have alarm threshold 3. And we have already over 3,000 Nugent. If we want to keep below 10, we need an object of 2,000 more or less. Check bookshelf. This bookshelf is made from your standard stained wood. It's filled with books by famous poets, both English and Chinese. Well, let's check for something unusual strength. You throw the books from the shelves and then break each shelf in half, exposing the back of the bookshelf. A knock on the back panel reveals a hollow space behind the fixture. That's unusual. Let's smash through it. Oh, that unfortunately triggers the alarm. Hey, Isabel. I can get a hand with this login screen. On it. She clicks out a few command strings on the terminal. Easy. This section of the OS has been a security hole that let me bypass the password without cracking it. Just have to spoof our user credentials. Here we go. The root menu. Alrighty then. I knew there was a reason I took his Nobel with me. Access the file system. Business-related files fill the submenu, most of them about contracts, construction plans, and financial projections. Among the files are several saved emails. 3 of the most recent ones stand out. Museum details. Ciao, by our previous discussion, I have attached to this email the revised museum blueprints. The prints outline various changes to the structure and building materials that need to be implemented as soon as possible. Why did he do that? Some backtracking may be necessary, but it will cut supply and building costs by over 13% without compromising the museum's size and grandeur. I know you're against it, but production output will have to increase in order to meet our end of the year unveiling. I'll leave it up to you to figure out the details. But if I find that you and your team are slacking off again, more cuts will be made. As to the loss of your worker, Mr. Fay, I offer you my condolences. However, we both know construction is dangerous work and accidents are commonplace. You can look at this opportunity to hire someone more competent who won't get himself killed. Right, on-site accidents. Zheng, I promised you informal request yesterday morning. Given a persuasive pittance, the Fay family agreed to forgo public retribution regarding the loss of Mr. Qian Fay. Mr. Fay is the fourth laborer lost to hazardous working conditions. Public image is very important to the corporation, and it's unlikely another transgression will go unnoticed. As your lawyer, I must advise you to double down on your construction safety protocols, or to seek an alternative to monetary bribes. Money will buy silence in the short term, but we'll ultimately want a more permanent solution. I'll forward you contact information of a Guayan-funded organization that can assist you with such matters. Unfortunately, not something interesting yet about where the really good stuff is. Dear Mr. Ping, I can assure you that the recent rumors regarding construction infrastructures, working fatalities, and malpractice are untrue. Retracting investment. Investment? Oh, he's losing money. Complete fiction invented by the local gossip circus to stir up trouble for a hard-working man like myself. Taking every possible precaution with this museum, blah 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 blah. Yeah, this is simply he's losing stuff. Money. This room is rigged to computer-generated commands. The options are few. The room's lighting fades to an orange hue that flickers rhythmically as electronic candles activate by doorways. I don't know what that helps, but let's just keep it like that. We can change the business lighting. Perhaps then new things will be noted to us? Building controls. Nope. This place is still under construction. The local matrix network probably hasn't been hooked up yet. Alright, let's leave them. We want to do something more this episode than just walking around. Did I notice here something? Yeah, I did. Why can't I steal this? It's from 1888. That should be a good amount of money. Why can't I pick them up if they have value? Ooh. There is the big money. Imbued pottery. And a mystic staff. Alright then. We have the good money. But it's strange that we cannot pick up these firearms if they are worth some collection and stuff. That's the only two things we got right here. Interesting enough, he still is talking about like that it's worth something, but we already smashed them. We need 10,000 Nugent. We need another big piece. I can't take this painting with me despite it being clearly a centerpiece of some sort. Oh. Let's go in here. We also really need to see if we can open that door. That's not worth anything, but the dragon skills of 1400 seem to be good enough for me. Yes, indeed, if we can find something... Yep, mummified at 950. We will have 10,000 Nugent. Voila! Optional! We have taken all the worthy artifacts of note. And we haven't even triggered yet the alarm threshold. Very good. So, having done that, we probably can steal one more item before we're in trouble. But then again, the problem could be that, well, A, there could be more money around this corner. No, security terminal. Or, on the other hand, we don't really want to set off the alarm, and we might set off an alarm if we go down here. Let's look at this terminal and then end the episode. The terminal is powered off. You know what we're gonna do? Let's see if we can change from candlelight to business ambient lighting. And see if that changes anything. If that is some sort of code. Because we now have ambience candlelight. And then restricted access lounging. So business casual. Isabel also says, oh boy. We have started a disco? Did I by accident open this lighting? No. Alrighty then, well I guess it is time then for us to continue. And we're going to shut this down to ambient candlelight. You know, I doubt that it's very smart to have disco light and music go off while you're trying to rob a place silently. Anyways, we have done our bad deeds and we have gained quite a bit of Nugent if we can all take that with us as a reward for this quest. Even if we have to divide it over to all of us and even have some expenses perhaps for using programs or what have you not. I say I thank you for watching, and remember, great peril yields great beauty.